The trade market does spin. Charlie Curnow got to his exit interview and he said it out loud, at least to a degree, that he was open to a trade. Michael Voss was on SEN this morning to voice his view.
Did he ask for a trade in his exit meeting?
Open was more the language used, and obviously from our position it was it's pretty clear. So it's we don't feel like we're certainly in that position to want to go down that path. That position was well and truly communicated back to him. And then obviously from that point on we sort of moved on to other topics and sort of talked about his year and how we can make him better and get back to that striking form that he had only 12 months ago.
Will you answer the phone for offers for Curnow?
No. Our position is pretty clear, and it was it's been stated from. Well, I don't even know publicly whether we've actually said anything, have we? But no, he'll be at Carlton in 2026, and look, I mean those discussions, if there's any others, we'll continue to have behind closed doors. But as I stated, there's what he's a two-time Coleman medalist, could have been 3. He's got 4 years to run on the contract. We feel like he's an incredibly important person to us.
Don't even bother calling. It's a great position to start negotiation from.
I bet they do. I believe, Michael, broadly I don't believe anything, as I stated often. And Charlie's Exhibit A kept telling every damn reporter that stuck a microphone under his name that he's happy and he don't want to go anywhere. The die's been cast. So he's thrown it out. He's taken off overseas now and he's going to leave it with the managers to sort out. What about this? Curnow to Sydney, Chad Warner to Fremantle, Luke Jackson to Carlton.
Is this your Naz is staying moment?
I made this up.
Right. Welcome to Trade Radio.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? I looked at it and thought, I can't see how it happened. I don't know. I got no clue about any of this. It's not my area. But that, what happens if that gets thrown up? I don't know. Please, Freo supporters and Sydney supporters, it's totally made up. I'm talking in hypotheticals. They've said no, Carlton said no, Vossi said don't even bother, but what if that came around? Then they go, well, hang on, we might bother. We'll give it a bit of thought. So it doesn't bother me because it's not my side. I'll be an interested bystander and I'll let those that play in this space go to it. But not for 1 second do I think that's dead in the water. Not for 1 second do I think that is dead in the water.
Does he have the currency for Carlton to demand the super trade for him?
Yeah, because they've got the bargaining power. Yep. They've got the contract. He's got 4 more years?
Yep.
So, yeah, of course they do. They
totally on Carlton's terms.
Don't call us. 4-year contract. So if you do call us, you better come loaded.
Yeah,
don't come with Ollie Florent and a first. But if you have got something, then we'll pick it up.
This is the other side of the long-term deal for a player, isn't it? If you waver along the way, you have signed away so long that you have no capacity to do anything other than ponder out loud. If you're up for it, I'm up for it.
No, and I don't know the context of what happened with Charlie. Vossi said he said he was open to it. That might be the gentlest and kindest explanation, but they've got to know this is the world we live in. You put your name to the long term up, then you got to cop that. So you might say I'm open to it, but if it comes back, it doesn't happen. Every expectation in the football world, from the Carlton CEO to the number supporter, 87,000 expects him to be at training. Day one, pre-season, working his ass off as hard as he ever has.
Yep.
That's the world we live in.
All right, Jay Clark's had a busy day. He's got Chris Davies going as the GM of Footy to the Blues, which would be some sort of coup. And he's also reported that Sam Draper has told Essendon that he's going to exercise his free agency rights. This always had him most likely to land at Brisbane, but we do know that Adelaide have made a play along the way to keep themselves viable in the conversation.
I can't see why Riley O'Brien, I think, has been fantastic. So that doesn't make any sense at all to me. Adelaide, Brisbane does. Yeah. So Oscar McInerney and Darcy Fort, then I think Sam Draper makes them better. He's a free agent?
Yes.
Yeah. So that makes it even more attractive from a Brisbane point of view. So, that's another blow. The Ridley news as well that emerged over the weekend. it's an interesting time for the Essendon Footy Club. So they would rather keep Sam Draper. There's no question about that. That was put to me earlier today. Of course they'd rather keep him, but if you're a free agent, you're a free agent.
So Brisbane have mined the free agency market. Well, if they end up with both Oscar Allen and Sam Draper, players you don't have to trade for, assets that you add. So it's a free swing with Allen to get his body right because of the circumstances you get him in.
Yeah.
And Sam Draper's exactly what they need.
An academy kid that's coming in at pick 3 or 4.
He's set for good.
No wonder Fags didn't go back to Tassie.
We're going to go through the 10 teams that are sitting at home on the couch and their seasons from 2025. And I'm going to start with the good and head to my old mob, the Tigers. They're very, very good young key forwards, Brownie. 3 potential additions to the key forward mafia there. You can see Tom Sims, who was fantastic this year. All first-round draft picks. This one here, Harry Armstrong. We like Harry as well. And finally, Jonty Fall, who played the most footy out of all of the 3 here. You'd think if 2 of them could hit, that's a very, very good draft selection from the Richmond Football Club. Looking forward to seeing how they go in season 2020.
Absolutely. A bit of nepotism there by you, Jack. Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Harvey Langford, he had an absolutely sensational first year. So we saw him early in the season. I commentated him and just looked and I thought, geez, this kid's going to be something, along with a few of the other younger players coming in through. Highest rated season for a first-year player on record.
Wow.
We've seen some great first years over the journey, including the last few years. Nick Dacos comes to mind. He's rated higher than Dacos' first year. So, bright future. So, whoever's got that coaching gig, going to be excited getting your hands on those toys.
I've got the Dogs, and I thought, very disappointing way to finish the year, and probably question marks on some of their bottom 5 or 6, but what there's not question marks on is their very best. And to have, they're the top 3 rated players in the competition.
Amazing.
So to finish 1, 2, 3 in that regard was pretty exceptional. 3 really good years, 2 All-Australian team and a squad member as well.
I've gone St Kilda and mainly their off-field aggression in terms of acquiring players and having those conversations, those continued conversations throughout the year to try and bolster their list. So we all know the Wanganeen Miller story that unfolded. So that was a key signing that they needed to make. Tom de Koning is on his way, and there's strong reports that Jack Silvani and Lee Lears. So good seasoned players to really help that young group push their way up the ladder. And I'll go straight onto my bad. It's the Carlton Football Club and just their inability in this off-season to keep their star players. And on the back of that, de Koning, Curnow, we understand, has got desires to leave the club. Silvani will leave the club as well, and we've heard today that Elijah Hollands will seek greener pastures. So those players, I would imagine, are key, not only on-field players but certainly off-field. So that's a sign of the culture maybe at that football club.
My bad. Well, I'm going to look at the Swans key forwards here, and they are in the market potentially for Charlie Curnow, a man you've just spoken about, Geordie, and they just need some better output from someone in a key post. You see there the 3 potentials heading into 2025, Hayden McLean, Joel Amati and Logan McDonald. Logan McDonald injured for the whole year. I think he's probably going to end up being a centre-half back, but they need more from a key forward, and they've been very good at getting one when they want one, Brent.
Absolutely.
So watch this
Good long
space.
history of that. Yeah, no doubt about it. My bad is Kenny's farewell tour. The only thing that saved this from being an ugly was their performance in the last game last week. They won by 4 points. And the class that Kenny Hinkley's shown all throughout the year, the way he's been able to carry himself, including this, the old lolly teeth. That's a winner always. But a great way to send off a great man who did a fantastic job, but I think it was pretty poorly handled.
Yeah, well, I'm on to the ugly, and my ugly is the Essendon Football Club, and their season's riddled by injury, 15 debutants, which is a little small bright spark, and maybe they can find one there. But to cap it off, there's talks of Sam Draper leaving the club. Hasn't been officially endorsed by the Essendon Football Club yet, but there's reports. Jordan Ridley, there's reports that he wants to leave and go to Brisbane. And the noise around Zach Merritt just does not go away. Certainly, that is could be very, very ugly for Essendon.
Now, we love player movement. Certainly gets us talking, but I thought my ugly was the West Coast handling of the Oscar Allen situation, and Oscar's got a part to play there as well. With the Mitchell catch-up that was all too public. He's the captain of the footy club. Need to be a bit more discreet with that. Then rolling him out like a young fella in front of the cameras. I just think it was pretty poorly handled all throughout. So they had their time again, I think they'd love to rerun that, I reckon.
No one wants to spend too much time on Ugly, so this one's short and sharp. North Melbourne's defence hasn't improved. The last 3 years, if you look at the numbers, are just not good enough. They haven't been able to find that the green shoots to be able to build from or to be able to leverage off. And if you can't get your defence right, it's very hard to get your offence right. They haven't been as consistent as they would have liked.
My Ugly continues the same theme with the Dogs, number one scoring side in the competition, just can't defend, especially against good teams. So that would be a spot on their list. They'll try and acquire players. There's been a few names floated around to try and strengthen that so far, but that is not good enough to support those highly rated players that Buck spoke about. That needs to significantly improve.